Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to tackle a massive topic, how modern marketing has basically been turned on its head over the last 25 years. And we're going to explore this whole transformation by looking at the career of one strategist who's pretty much seen it all. I mean, this is really the million-dollar question, isn't it? For pretty much everyone, no matter what you do. We're going to use the evolution of marketing, from the early days of search engines all the way to the rise of AI as this perfect case study for what it really takes to continuously adapt. All right, let's jump right in. We are following the career of digital strategist Najam Ahmed. His journey kicks off before the dot-com boom even peaked, and today, he's right in the thick of the AI revolution. So here's the quick flyby of that journey. It starts way back in 1999, hits these really key milestones like starting his own company, and then getting that Google partner certification, which, let me tell you, was a huge deal back in 2010. But then look at that sharp turn in 2022. That's not an accident. It's a very clear, deliberate path of evolution. So how was all this expertise built in the first place? Well, it all started with a really strong foundation, way before AI was the big headline topic it is now. It was all about mastering the fundamentals. Becoming a certified Google partner back in 2010, that was a real game changer. It was Google, the biggest name in the game, basically saying, yeah, these guys know their stuff. For his company, SEO International, this just cemented their credibility and really set them apart as leader. And that expertise, it had a serious, tangible impact. I mean, think about what this number really represents. Over 1,300 companies, from tiny startups to huge corporations, got their digital strategies shaped by this work. That's a massive footprint, showing you that this is deep, practical, in-the-trenches experience. But it's not just about the consulting work. The impact goes way beyond that. That knowledge was passed on, training over 9,000 other professionals. Just imagine the ripple effect of that. Thousands of marketers, all equipped with these skills, making smarter decisions across the entire industry. For almost 2 decades, this right here, this was the playbook. If you wanted to succeed online, you had to be great at these 5 things: getting found on Google, running effective ads, actually understanding the data, engaging on social, and creating content people wanted. This was the absolute bedrock. But as we all know, technology, it just doesn't sit still. And that solid foundation, that whole toolkit we just saw, was about to get seriously shaken up by one of the biggest tech shifts of our lifetime. And this was the moment. The year 2022, that's the inflection point. It's when generative AI became so powerful and so easy to get your hands on that it started to fundamentally change how marketing actually gets done. It wasn't just some new tool, it was a whole new paradigm. Now, this is a really important distinction to make. The shift isn't about AI replacing all those core marketing skills, not at all. It's about integrating AI into them. The whole point is to enhance and accelerate what we already know works, just making those strategies smarter and way faster. And this quote, it just nails the why behind it all. The whole reason for bringing AI into the picture is to get better results. It's about delivering smarter strategies, getting things done faster, and achieving more effective outcomes for clients. Simple as that. Okay, so it's one thing to talk about AI in theory, but how does all this new expertise actually get put into practice? How does it become something real that you or I can actually use today? Well, the focus had to evolve. It couldn't just be about teaching general digital marketing anymore. The whole approach shifted to creating super specific training that embeds AI right into the day-to-day workflow of different jobs. It's all about making AI useful for your specific role. And here's what that actually looks like in the real world. Just look at this range. We're talking AI courses built for entrepreneurs, sure, but also for doctors, for teachers, even for psychologists. This is such a great example of how AI isn't some one-size-fits-all thing. It's a super flexible tool that you can shape to solve the unique problems of totally different careers. And this combined approach, that deep digital marketing foundation now supercharged with AI, it isn't just a cool idea. It's being trusted and put to work by some of the biggest players in the region. When you see names like these get on board, you know for sure that the approach is not only relevant, but it works. Okay, let's zoom out for a second and just look at the big picture here. What's the key lesson from this whole 25-year journey of adaptation that we can all take and apply to our own careers? This entire story really boils down to a clear 4-step blueprint that works way beyond just marketing. First, you build a really strong foundation. Second, you are constantly looking ahead, scanning the horizon for what's coming next. Third, when that disruptive change shows up, you embrace it. And finally, you adapt your skills to solve the new problems that people are facing. So when you boil it all down, what this really means is that our whole definition of an expert has to shift. In an era of nonstop disruption, expertise isn't this static thing you learn once and you're done. It's the ability to constantly learn and unlearn and relearn. Continuous adaptation, that is the most valuable skill you can possibly have today. And that leaves us with a final question to chew on. As technology like AI just keeps getting faster and more powerful, what new skills do you think are going to be absolutely essential for the next generation? What's going to be the thing that defines an expert in the decade to come?